Hi everyone, this video is for week 2 in our English 103 course. So let me take a moment and share my screen. We're going to take a moment to go through some items on our Moodle page in week 2. As I mentioned in week 1, the first thing you always want to look for is the task list. And these items tell you what needs to be completed during this particular module of week 2. As you can see, we have quite a few resources again. Remember, once you click into the resource, there may be other items embedded in there. So anything in the green is a hot link to something else. We try to really give you enough information within these sections. So if you have questions, they will hopefully help address some of these things. But let's take a moment and look for the activities and assignments. So these are the items that are going to need to be completed during this particular module. So the first item is email etiquette assignment. This particular assignment is built to help you practice proper email communication with your instructor. And the assignment is to send me an email, and you need to send it through your SMC wired email address, your official email address for the college, and you need to send it to my official email address from the college. And within your email, if you want full credit, you need to hit these 3 criteria items and talk about them within your email. So I want you to address how you as a student can make our class more interesting or enriching or communal. I want you to talk about why it's important to use proper grammar or appropriate language and writing in an email to either an instructor or other professionals. And then what aspects or ideas or skills did you find useful from the student samples with a source reading? So there was a reading assigned within this module. And I want you to talk about what items or ideas did you find useful from that reading, and then why you found them useful. So this particular email doesn't really need to be more than a short paragraph, but within that paragraph, you need to address all 3 items. The full directions are right here, email etiquette assignment. It is a document you simply download, and you can see down at the left. Then click on the download and it will open up, and it will give you detailed items of what you should include in the email. A couple of things, just a heads up: make sure you have a subject line, make sure you use a title. These are all part of the grading rubric that I'm going to be looking at. And then, of course, I give you the 3 criteria in here as well. I do make a note here, and within the other section for instructions here, you are not uploading this on Moodle. This particular assignment is one of the few that you will not upload on Moodle. This particular email etiquette assignment, you are literally sending me an official email. The other heads up on this assignment I want to give you is you need to send me an email through your SMC wired email address. You need to use the official college email address. If you send me an email from your personal email account, so maybe you have, oh, I don't know, John Smith at, hotdudes.com, that I'm not allowed to respond to those because of confidentiality clauses, FERPA. So you always need to communicate with me through your official SMC email address. So make sure you are using that. If you are wanting to get the A, if you want to get full points for hitting within the criteria, I also include a copy of the grading rubric that I'm going to be using. And this will tell you the items that I'm looking at and how much work each item is going to be worth. So when you do this one, just make sure you officially email it to me through SMC Wired. It is also helpful, double snaps, to those of you who put the CRN within your subject. So the subject will say something like email etiquette assignment, and then in parentheses, put the CRN of your session. If you don't know what a CRN is, let me scroll to the top of your course. This particular course that I'm looking at right now, the CRN is always after the name of the class. So this particular section is 3643. If you're watching this video, you may or may not be in 3643 because I do one video for multiple sections. So make sure you look at the top of your Moodle page, and that number in parentheses will be your CRN. The other assignment activity I want you to complete during this module or this week is the I Believe topic and thesis assignment. So again, when you go into the instructions on this, I'm very specific. It says after you completed both assignments of response to a sample on NPR and the pre-writing. Both of those items were in week 1. So it's very important that you continue to go in order. So complete week 1 before you move into week 2. Don't jump around. They build on each other. So if you've completed this assignment and this assignment, then you are ready to start looking at this. You will download the attached document that is this item right here. And then you're going to answer the questions. And what you're doing is exploring possible beliefs. Your first essay that's going to be coming up is going to be an I Believe essay or a narrative on a belief that you have. So all of what we're doing is pre-writing and prep work and getting you familiar with this so that you'll be able to write about it. So this activity is meant to direct you in exploring and developing your topic that you're going to be writing about. So for this document, I do want you to write incomplete sentences, okay? So you are going to download this document, do your typity type, and then upload it. Save on your computer and upload it. So I do want you to note here, as I have opened up, so I've already opened up to you the I Believe essay instructions during this week. Now I'm not officially assigning it, but I wanted you to be able to look at the instructions ahead and understand this is coming down the pipe to you. And what we're doing with this assignment is developing ideas for this essay. So once again, you download, go to the bottom left-hand corner, open your document, and then enable editing. And you basically are gonna follow the directions, fill in items that you need to fill in. So the first one, whatever your name is, typity type, and then write incomplete sentences for each of these items. So this first one, what memory, experience, or moment have you chosen to write about for your I Believe essay? And I give you an example. I want to write about the time I told my father to get out of the house and stop verbally abusing my mother. Then I give you another example. I believe in loving my pets with all my heart because I want to remember each precious moment with them during their short lives. Now, again, these are both examples of what other students have written. Note they are both incomplete sentences, and they fully expound or elaborate on what their moment or experience is. So you're not necessarily writing a very short sentence here. It needs to be enough to give me an idea of where you're going to go with your topic. But you are not allowed to use either of those examples, obviously. And then the second one, what belief do you want the reader to take with them as they read your essay? A little typo there, sorry. What are you trying to pass on to them? So I want you to start thinking about your thesis statement. And your thesis is going to take a very specific form for this essay, so I want you to use this. I believe. Your thesis statement here is going to start, I believe. And then you have to think, I believe in what? What is it that you believe? And then tell me because. In other words, why do you believe, or what's the reason you believe behind it? And again, I give you an example. I believe respect is earned, even when it is your parents, because my father did not deserve to be looked up to. So you can see this, I believe in what? Respect is earned even when it's your parents. And then because, in other words, why, or what's the experience, or what's behind it? Because my father did not deserve to be looked up to. That is the form your thesis statement should take. I do want your thesis to start with, I believe. Again, complete and full sentence. And then the third item that you can be answering, what do you need the reader to understand in order to follow your story or follow your experience or whatever you're going to expound on. Think about very specifics here, things like places, times, ages, names. These are things you're going to need to include in your narrative when you begin drafting, okay? So you're gonna type up those answers, clickety, 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 save on your computer. And then after you saved it, you are going to upload it. Yours will be, it'll say upload here. You can click the box and then upload the file, okay? Remember, this is Microsoft Office Word. This is what we're downloading on and you are uploading on, okay? And I believe that is it, but let's take a look and make sure I didn't forget anything for week 2. So those are the activities and assignments for week 2. That's it so far. As when we talk about resources, a couple of things that will help you, the grading rubric of the essay. So if you want to get a sneak peek, I haven't officially assigned this, but I've opened it so you can start looking at it. The actual essay instructions. So these are going to be what do you got to have, the nitty gritty for the essay that you're going to be assigned and have to write, those kinds of things. And that's it for right now. Don't forget your resources here. You do need to read your chapters. They are very helpful in the textbook. And remember, it's a hot link to the textbook on our Moodle page. So I'm going to stop sharing. I believe that's it for week 2. As always, reach out to me, either email, text message. Happy to respond to you. You can also drop in during our Zoom hours for office hours. The hot links are right on our Moodle page. Wish you a happy week and happy writing.